Aristotle, 384 to 322 BCE, was an ancient Greek philosopher, scientist, and one of history's most influential intellectuals. His work spanned a vast array of subjects, including logic, metaphysics, ethics, politics, rhetoric, biology, and physics. As a student of Plato and later the tutor of Alexander the Great, Aristotle's influence shaped both philosophy and scientific inquiry for centuries. Born in Stagira, a city in Thrace, Aristotle was the son of Nicomachus, a physician to the Macedonian court. At 17, he moved to Athens to study at Plato's academy, where he remained for 2 decades. Although initially a devoted pupil, he eventually diverged from Plato's ideals, emphasizing empirical observation over purely abstract reasoning. After Plato's death in 347 BCE, Aristotle left Athens, traveling across the Greek world. In 343 BCE, he was invited by King Philip II of Macedon to tutor his son, the future Alexander the Great. During his years in the Macedonian court, Aristotle educated Alexander in philosophy, politics, and science, helping to shape his worldview and leadership style. Returning to Athens around 335 BCE, Aristotle established the Lyceum, a center for research and education. Unlike Plato's academy, the Lyceum encouraged empirical investigation and systematic observation. Aristotle and his students, known as peripatetics, studied a broad spectrum of subjects, laying the groundwork for disciplines like biology, physics, and political theory. Aristotle's contributions to philosophy and science were immense. In Organon, he formulated principles of logic that dominated Western thought for centuries. Metaphysics explored the nature of existence and reality, while Nicomachean ethics introduced the concept of virtue ethics, arguing that happiness comes from a life of moral and intellectual virtue. In politics, he analyzed governance, advocating for a balanced government that blends monarchy, aristocracy, and democracy. In the natural sciences, Aristotle was a pioneering biologist, classifying animals and studying their anatomy. Though many of his ideas were later revised, his emphasis on systematic observation influenced the development of scientific methods. His cosmological theories, though incorrect, dominated medieval thought until the scientific revolution. Following the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE, anti-Macedonian sentiments in Athens forced Aristotle to flee to Chalcis on the island of Euboea. He died there in 322 BCE at the age of 62. Aristotle's legacy is profound. His writings influenced medieval Islamic and Christian scholars, shaping Western philosophy and science for centuries. His logical methods and ethical principles continue to be studied, and his ideas on politics and governance remain relevant. His belief in empirical research and reason as the foundation of knowledge paved the way for modern scientific inquiry. Today, Aristotle is celebrated as one of the greatest minds in human history, whose intellectual contributions laid the foundation for numerous fields of study.